To start an underpainting, I like to use a bunch of lines. I'm not really thinking about composition or anything, just active lines, and I'll contrast with curves and straight lines and in a lot of intersections and things. I chose a color palette for this, which is quinacridone red, a kind of medium red, cadmium green, a very warm green, phthalo green, which is a cool green, ultramarine blue, a slightly purplish blue, and titanium white. And I'm using a brush to apply the paint. I use a different brush for each color. There's only 4 colors. And I'm using a brush because it's a lot more efficient and quick to cover the entire canvas one way or another. I'm allowing the line work to suggest places to put the paint, shapes, but I'm not thinking too much about composition and balance at this point because it's not really a painting, it's an underpainting. What I am thinking about is strokes and how the different colors move across the canvas, just for a sense of activity and energy that will come through somehow in the painting that I'm going to do on top of this. Once I finish an underpainting, I will let it dry completely before I try to use it for a finished work. In making the underpainting, I have at first no idea or thought of what I will paint on top of it. I usually have several of these underpaintings hanging around in my studio, and when I decide on a subject matter that I want to paint, I choose one of them based on the shape of the canvas and on the color palette and general mood of that underpainting. So in doing this, I'm just giving myself a lot of interesting possibilities and also covering all that blank canvas that is so hard to face, actually. Here I'm starting to use a palette knife. I'm using it mainly to apply some paint, but also to get some interesting edges between different colors, have them blend and create a ragged edge or a blended edge between the different color areas. When I do create a finished painting on top of this, some of these features, edges and colors and shapes, will become incorporated into the final painting. So it's important to me to have a lot of interesting stuff going on. Here I'm just fussing a little bit with some empty spaces and putting in this pink that I thought was kind of interesting as a contrast to those greens. This is one of my favorite tools. It's called a Messermeister. It's actually a kitchen tool for bowl scraping, but it has a wonderful edge. It's made out of silicone, and I like to get a lot of linear elements by using it through the paint, through the wet paint. Here I'm mixing all the colors on my palette together, which gave me a nice dark green that I am going to apply to this painting to punch up some parts of it. And there you have it, an underpainting. Though I think I like it this way.